Hey guys, Josh with LynkSpyder. We've gotten a couple of emails lately about the GoPro Hero 5 and how to power it. And as we mentioned on our original video, GoPro opted to not add the 30-pin port any longer. And there's probably a pretty good reason for that. Well, obviously the biggest reason is because they want this thing to be waterproof without a case on it, and that obviously wouldn't happen with the 30-pin port. But what they did do is they moved to USB-C, which is a bit more rugged of a device. They added some changes in the software so that when it is plugged in and recording, it will not charge the battery, so you won't have the heat issues that we had before. So the battery eliminator really, for all intents and purposes, is no longer needed. However, because this camera is waterproof with the case on it, there's no way to get to the USB port while in the frame. Well, actually GoPro did a pretty good job in the design, but what you'll need to do is you'll need to remove this side door. It is designed to come off, so you're not going to damage the camera. You will press the detent button and open the door as you ordinarily would, and once it's at this point right here, pull it down. When you pull it down, it will pop right off. It's got a little groove slot right there. It's designed to come off. Now what they don't tell you in the manual is how to put this thing back on. If you try to put it on like this, you will not get it in there, and in fact you may actually damage it. So the best way to put it back on is to slide this piece open all the way and get your thumb back here behind this seal and that gives you a bit more leverage that you can just then snap it back on if you're better than me. Come on. Just like that. It actually isn't that complicated. I made it harder than what it should be. So in that case, you're completely sealed. But as I mentioned, you will need, like with all GoPros, you will need to power it externally if you need more than an hour and a half, and most of your games are going to be longer than an hour and a half. So by removing this and placing the camera in the frame case, you now have access to that USB port. I still am not entirely pleased about having a cable sticking off to the side, and the reason is when you mount this on the third base slide and you want to turn it towards the batter, you now have a cable that is possibly sticking into the fence. I liked the battery eliminator off the back side because then you didn't have that issue. You could turn it any way you wanted. It wasn't going to be restricted in any way. My concern is that if this is touching up against the fence and there's an impact, it could damage the motherboard on the GoPro. I actually did that on my GoPro Hero 3 White, and once you damage that, once it comes loose, you have no way to charge the camera internally. You'd also have no way to power it. So I do think it's a bit more rugged than some of the original designs, so that is how we're going to use it. However, we're looking for a 90-degree USB-C cable that will allow it to get clear of the frame and stick out the back, and that would eliminate that problem. Those are the known issues that we've been getting lately. If you have more, email us at josh@linkspyder.com. Visit us on our blog at linkspyder.com. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks a lot, guys.